Welcome to the Webtalkshow. I'm very honored and proud. Today's guest, the first male top model in fashion history. Welcome, Marcus Schenkenberg. Where are you and how are you?
Thank you very much, Nico. I'm very good. I'm in Stockholm, Sweden, where I'm born and raised.
And you still look great. That's good for you. But you've reached a milestone in getting older. You're over 50.
That's right.
How was it to becoming half a
Half of a century.
century?
Yeah. Well, it's pretty wild. I mean, when I was 10, 15 years old, I thought a 50-year-old man, that's an old man, you know. And but now when I'm here, I don't feel old at all. And, I'm still working out, taking good care of myself. And I feel, mentally pretty much the same like when I was 20. So it's strange, the years go by so quick, but I'm alive and healthy, so it's all good.
That's really good. Is there something you missed? Something you now say, damn, I took that chance or I did miss that out?
No, I mean, gosh, I've done so much in my life. I mean, I traveled the world. I've been so many incredible, great experience. I mean, I could never have dreamt of the life that I lived. When I was a kid, I thought I was, going to be a basketball player or working. My parents wanted me to maybe work in a bank or be a doctor or something. So, I've done so much, and so there's nothing really, no regrets.
You originally wanted to become an NBA legend. Good for us, it didn't work out, but is this a dream still living in here somewhere?
Well, I'm still a big basketball fan. It's the playoffs right now in the bubble in Orlando, Florida. So I'm watching almost every single playoff game every night with a good friend of mine. So it's a big passion of mine. But I was never good enough to make it to the NBA. So this was a good alternative to become a top model, I guess.
I would guess that too. You were seen all over the world, all over the place. There must be a time where you couldn't make a move without girls and boys screaming for you.
Yeah, I mean, well, during the prime, it was pretty wild. With getting recognized everywhere, and but yeah, it was kind of strange, But I guess it's part of the success in entertainment industry.
And you had some girls and women on your side. The whole world was hating you for that. You spent some years with great women like Pamela Anderson, for example. And you used to say in interviews, she is a wonderful mother, wonderful person. Are you still in contact with a lot of women who were on your side, or did you say to a lot of them goodbye?
No, I'm not really in contact with any of my exes. Once it's over pretty much. But I'm still in good terms. I mean, like Pamela, I ran into her in Munich actually a couple of years ago, and things are fine. We said hello and friendly, but I haven't stayed in touch with many of my ex-girlfriends really. After it's over, you move on.
Yeah, that's right. And it's a common thing in all of your interviews. Someone is asking you, what about your love life? So I need to put this tradition on. What about your love life? Is everything cool? Are you fine?
Yeah, it's fine. I'm not really in a relationship right now, but it's. But I'm definitely open for it. I mean, I would love to fall in love with someone and have children. Luckily, as a man, you don't have that biological clock that's ticking. And not that I want to be 70 like Hugh Hefner when I have a child, but it's getting to that time. If I'm going to do it, I'd like to do it within the next few years. So, but then, if it doesn't happen, I'm okay with that too. My brother has 2 children, so I'm, it's okay. If it happens, it happens. If not, I'm okay with it.
And are a lot of people all over the world thinking that you're a German because of your name?
When I do interviews in German for German TV, they dub it as opposed to in Sweden they put subtitles all the time. But so people see me on TV in Germany and they hear me speak German, but they don't think about that it's dubbed. So a lot of Germans kind of think that I'm German. People that don't know me really, start speaking German to me, and with my last name, it sounds very German. So yeah, it happens.
And the last time we saw you in German television, you were a squirrel.
That's right.
You were on The Masked Singer. How did that happen?
Well, my manager, Frank Kohlmann, called me and said they wanted me for the show, and I didn't really know much about the show. I had seen some commercials about it on TV in America, and I thought, what a strange show. I like, and celebrities dress up and they're gonna guess who it is. Like I thought, nobody's gonna watch that. It's. So when he asked me, I was very skeptical at first. Then did a little research, and they actually had a lot of viewers in the American show, and of course the original show from Korea. And so I figured, okay, let's give it a try. I mean, it's something new to me. I mean, I had done one song earlier for La Chica Marita, but singing in a studio where you could do it over and over and over again until you get it right, it's a whole different thing than singing live in front of an audience and then millions of people watching on TV. So I tell you, especially the first couple of shows were kind of nerve-wracking, but it turned out pretty good. I mean, I made it fairly far, and it was a great fun experience. So I'm glad I did it.
Did you have the own choice to say, I want to be a squirrel? Or did they say, hey, you are the guy that has to be a squirrel?
Well, I told them I didn't want to be some kind of a monster or anything that would scare the kids or anything. But I told them, I wanted to be something a little friendlier than some type of monster. And they suggested the squirrel, a super squirrel. So I said, that's perfect for me.
And it was also a bit a sexy costume, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was tight. I put a little extra something, between the legs there to make it, for a kind of, I mean, it was so big, it was kind of grotesque. But I thought it was funny. The producer said, okay, they were fine with it. So that was kind of a funny little side thing I put in there just for fun, and I think the audience appreciated it.
Yeah, also the host, Matthias Optenhövel, just said, hey, you look great in your trousers and your pants, you look awesome. And then you had, after everybody knows it was you had to sing one more time the song.
Yeah.
Without the mask. Was this a shaky moment for you?
Singing behind the mask, people would think that it's it's no big deal. It's like because people can't see you, but they can still hear you. So it was still, I was still a bit nervous, singing live, since I'm in my comfort zone. I mean, like a runway show I could do in front of 1 billion people, and it would be like walking in a park because I've done it so many times. But still, even though it was behind a mask, it was still kind of, a little bit nerve-wracking because, it's not something I've really done. But yeah, when I took the mask off, it was, it was kind of weird. I mean, because I knew it was over. It was just one more song, last song. Yeah, it was, but it was strange and a little nerve-wracking, but it was okay.
And you can still find the clip on the internet. Marcus was singing House of the Rising Sun.
That's right.
And with your first song, and the only one you ever made before, you made it on a soundtrack of a Robert De Niro movie. Yeah,
La Chica Marita. I have a friend who's a producer, and he got it on the soundtrack of Flawless, Robert De Niro movie, which was pretty amazing. I did a video also for the song, which turned out really good too. Even though that morning when I came to the studio, I was dating Pamela at the moment, and we had partied all night long, and I hadn't slept at all. I came to the studio to shoot the video. I told my friend who's the producer, I don't think I want to do this. It's not really my cup of tea, singing. And they kind of freaked out, like, Marcus, there's 100 people working here. They set up everything. We got to do this now. And yeah, you please come on. And I said, okay, get me 2 big bottles of Jägermeister and we'll do it. And I continued partying and gave everybody on the set shots, and we did the video, and it's amazing how well the music video turned out, considering I hadn't slept and I was a little bit of a mess.
A little bit. Would you do another single now after the success at The Masked Singer? Is there a thing in you beating and saying, let's do one more?
No, I don't think so. It's not really my forte, my thing, singing. I mean, it's fun. When I was practicing for The Masked Singer, I bought a karaoke machine, which I brought over here. So I have friends over, sometimes, and we have karaoke nights here at my place, and it's a lot of fun, but I'm not looking to make a career out of it. I think there's so many great talented singers and musicians out there that are a million times better than me that really should do it. It's I've tried it. It was a fun thing, but it's not really my thing.
So did you show your friends your participation at The Masked Singer?
Yeah, some of my friends, my close friends, wanted to see what it was like, and so I showed it to a couple of my friends, and they thought it was pretty good. The show is actually coming to Sweden now too, I heard. So it's amazing what a success the show became. I heard they had the second season already in Germany, right? But without audience because of the corona, right?
Yeah, right. And they're doing the next one. It's a big thing. It's a big thing here.
And it was as successful this second round as our, or?
Yes, it was. Yeah. It hits at the right time. The people wanted. They were desperately wanting entertainment, good entertainment, and that's what this show is. And the fashion industry is also really good entertainment. Do you have a male model you really like at the moment?
No, I don't really even follow. The models or what's going on, and that's another crazy thing, and it's been so dead. Like, I mean, my agency in New York, they're still closed from the shutdown. So it's I'm glad I'm not at the peak of my modeling days right now, because it's devastating for the whole industry. I mean, of course, not only modeling, but it's been so crazy with all these shutdowns. I think it's been really overreaction from the governments. But to answer your question, no, I'm not following the modeling guys now.
Nowadays, because of Instagram, a lot of guys and girls all around the globe call themselves model. And using hashtags like this. Was Instagram a good thing for fashion industry?
Well, no. I mean, the thing with Instagram and all the filters, people can. I mean, you can make yourself look any way you want these days with the filters, and people do. Sometimes you meet an Instagram model or something, and that looks amazing in the pictures on Instagram, and then in real life, it looks like a completely different person, like a normal whatever person. I mean, it's so, it's kind of deception what's going on with Instagram and all these pictures. It's not the real thing, really. You never know what you're going to get. But so, I think it's people that call themselves Instagram models. I mean, anyone who takes a selfie and puts it on Instagram can call themselves an Instagram model. So I think it's kind of a little bit of a joke, as far as fashion, like real models.
Who was the first person in your life saying, "Damn, you look like a model"?
Wow, it was probably I was working in an amusement park called Gröna Lund here in Stockholm when I was 15, 16, and some older man approached me and said I should be a model, and that was probably the first time. and he took me to a photographer. I did some test photos, and then nothing really came out of it. I went to America when I was 18, and then that's when I really on Venice Beach in California. That's when I had started working out, and because when I was 15, I was so skinny, kind of tall, skinny, and a whole different thing. And once I started working out, it's that all changed. My confidence became much better, and that's when really people started saying, "Hey, you should be a model," and this and that. Once I built up my body, which only took like 6 months. As soon as I started lifting weights, it was actually my basketball coach who said, "Marcus, you're too skinny. You got to grab those rebounds better, and I'm going to put you in the gym and work out and put on some muscles." So he's the one that got me started. And once I moved to Los Angeles, where everyone is so health conscious, I started eating healthier and working out every day, and I gained like 15 kilos of muscles in 6 months. And that's when really, people told me I should be modeling and whatnot.
And then you were rollerblading on Venice Beach, and Barry King, the photographer, got you. He saw you and he went on to you and said, "You got to do it." How did you felt at that moment?
That's when I had started working out, and I was really, good shape. And so I was on Venice Beach. There was this girl that I really liked too, who was dancing on roller skates, and a bunch of people dancing. And I started talking to her, and she told me, "Oh, you should get a pair of roller skates, and I'll show you some moves and stuff." So I ran to the store, bought a pair of $15 secondhand roller skates, and so I could, because I was interested in this girl, right? And so we started, I started going to the beach, Venice Beach every weekend, and roller skating, and just to hang out with this girl. And then, so I had people coming up to me all the time then and said, "Oh, I'll make you a star," and this and that. But I had heard it so many times, and I was kind of, "Oh, here's another one that's, wants to make me a star or a model or actor." So I was a little skeptical, but he took some nice, we did a test shoot. First, he took pictures of me I didn't even know when I was roller skating. And then we did test shooting. And then they went to LA models with some test photos. And they took me on and sent me to Milan, Italy, to start my career as a model. And that's how it started.
Did you ever believe before it happens that you could really become a big star, a big model?
Not really. So I figured I'd give modeling a shot because, I could always do something else if that doesn't work out. I also, Chippendales asked me to, if I wanted to work for them as a stripper. So they said, "Come and watch one of the shows and see if you like it, and you can come to an audition where we show you some dance moves." So I went to an audition first and did some moves and dancing, and they're like, "Okay, great. Yeah, we want to hire you. We're going to Australia in 2 weeks and come with us." And but I figured at that time, okay, well, I'm going to try this modeling thing first, and then, if that doesn't work out, I can always fall back on, try the stripper thing if the modeling doesn't work out. And luckily, the modeling worked out, so never became a stripper.
And as I mentioned before, you met all those beautiful girls all around the world. And which was the most romantic thing or the most passionate thing you were able to be with?
Well, I mean, certainly Pamela and I, we had a very passionate, strong relationship. I mean, we fell in love right away. And as soon as I got back to New York, I packed a bag, and I was in film school, acting school. And I finished acting school. I had a few more weeks. And then as soon as I finished that, I moved out. I left New York and went to live with her in Malibu. And it was a great, fun, crazy relationship. A lot of things happening. So it was that was pretty wild. I mean, also she was the most at that time, she was the biggest sex symbol in all of America, maybe the world, you know. So, I mean, it was pretty wild. It would paparazzi in the bushes everywhere, and you know, it's just surreal almost how. I mean, she was just so super famous, and but it was a nice, fun, good relationship.
And you always said sex was awesome too.
Yeah, no, yeah, that was very good too. I must say, but not only her, there's been other ones too that it really, you know. So, but it was definitely up there.
30 years and more you're in fashion industry now, if I remember correctly. How much did the industry change?
Well, it changed a lot. Before I was modeling, men were just props to the women, really. They nobody knew the name of a male model, or you know, and that all changed. You know, once I got that Calvin Klein campaign with 116-page advertising with Bruce Weber shot it, and I had a really good agent, Jason Canner, at Boss Models in New York, who he started pushing my rates, like to, you know, asking for, you know, prices, money to book me like that had never been asked before, and you know, and that was also the perfect time for modeling. I mean, we had the supermodels, the women supermodels like Cindy Crawford, Linda Evangelista, Naomi Campbell, Stephanie Seymour, Claudia Schiffer, and I mean, they were bigger celebrities than actresses. You know, I remember doing a show in LA, a charity show, and there were actresses, and but you know, nobody even paid attention to them next to Naomi Campbell and Claudia Schiffer, and they were really the superstars. So, you know, of course, the men also, you know, like I think I'm the first one to get recognition where, you know, they actually asked me, you know, I became a personality and, you know, started doing interviews, and which had never happened before. So it really changed for the positive in that aspect. I mean, we could ask, my agent could book me for money, more money than had ever been asked, you know, for male models before. And then, you know, after that, it kind of changed again. You know, now it's, we don't have supermodels like we did in the 90s. You know, nobody really cares as much anymore. I think a lot of advertising and stuff has gone over to actors and actresses. And even, you know, I guess some people that became famous from the internet. I'm not sure about so it's changed a lot. And also when I was modeling, it was, you know, men with, you know, healthy, strong muscles, and that kind of changed. Now they have a lot of kind of skinny young boys, you know, which I think it's too bad, because I mean, it's not, some of them don't even look healthy, you know. They look at malnutrition. And you know, when I was modeling, it was you know, Versace and all these famous designers booked you know, men with you know, strong bodies and muscles, and which is not really the case today, even, I think.
Yeah. And you were also guest judge on Germany's Next Top Model. Would you like to go on hunt for the next generation with Heidi Klum again, or is this also a chapter which is closed for you?
Is that show still going? I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
still running.
Wow, that's
well.
amazing. Yeah, they must be in season 25 or something. But
Felt like, yeah.
yeah, I mean, I'll be open to do something like that if Heidi would ask me to come along and judge, or that could be fun as a guest, you know, as a guest judge, or some guest episodes like I did in the past. Sure.
Some weeks ago, fashion model Anne-Sophie Monrad released her book Fashion Victim, talking about the dark sides of the industry. I guess after all these years, you also got some stories to tell about not that so cool side is there one you like to share?
I mean, like any business, there's darkness in any profession. I think. I think in the modeling world, it's more, especially for young girls and boys that start out that are kind of desperate for work, or that's I think more people could try to take advantage of them. I was so lucky having a big break early in my career with the Calvin Klein campaign that I never, as far as being taken advantage of or something, that didn't really happen to me, because I think I had such success early in my career. They knew I could tell photographers, to get lost, or if they would do something inappropriate or anything. So I was lucky that way. But, then of course there's, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, but I guess, anything in the entertainment industry, there's stuff like that. So, I've seen a lot, and there's been some crazy, I might write a book. I'm going to write a book soon, and so we're going to have to wait for that to hear more detailed stuff. I really kind of have to think about how much and what I want to disclose as far as stuff like that.
All right, so we can look forward to your book, Marcus Schenkenberg, and the Web Talk Show. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Nico. It was great fun, and thank you.
And you have now an unbelievable opportunity. Marcus, you can say whatever you wanted to say and never had before in a camera. And dear viewers, you have an unbelievable opportunity too. You can make the world a better place every day, so please do it. See you soon at the Web Talk Show. Bye-bye.
Can we all just get along? The world now, especially in America, it's like everyone's fighting. It's black against white, Democrats against Republicans, men against women. Corporate media, I think, is pushing everybody to fight, whatever politicians or the powers that be want us all to fight. But I would like if we all could just get along. And we are one humanity on this planet, and it's really going sideways these days, with so much craziness. And so I hope we all can, remember that we are one human species, and we should all try to respect each other and love each other and be together and more as one and not against each other.